What is going on, guys? Flossie here, bringing you a Battlefield 4 weapon review video, something that I have not done in quite some time. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at the MPX today, or the MP10. This is a new PDW that was released with the Dragon's Teeth DLC a couple weeks back, and I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty reluctant to actually use PDWs in Battlefield 4. I use them occasionally, and my favorite is probably either the MPX or one of the UMP variations. But the problem with PDWs in this game, as we all know, is that for whatever reason, Battlefield 4 DICE decided to put PWs as the engineer specific and then make carbines universal, which is just basically the most redundant thing that you could ever do, because you're going to want to use an engineer on longer range maps due to the vehicles, and therefore you're going to want a longer range gun. They said something about, they gave you the PDWs as the engineers so that you basically, your close quarters, so if you were to say like jump out of a tank, you could defend your tank really well with this close quarters weapon, but that's still pretty dumb. I really wish that they would change the carbines back to engineers and then make the PDW universal, because, well, that's what made sense and that's what worked in Battlefield 3. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the stats out of the way. I believe something actually happened on Simtic.com where they lost the stats, but thanks to Tamoras, he actually summarized them up on a separate page for all the guns, including like the Unica 6 and the Desert Eagle. So I'll leave a link to that page in the description below if you guys want to check that out. But let's go ahead and start off with the damage model. Pretty unique damage model specific for this gun. We're going to have a maximum damage at 27 and then a minimum damage of 13. I believe the reason that they did this is specifically for the balancing of the MPX. And 27 and 25 obviously is your 4-shot kill range. However, because it's 27 damage rather than 25, you're actually going to have a much longer 4-shot kill range for the PDW, so I think that's what they did. The drop-off is going to start at 12.5 meters and goes all the way out to 50 meters, and at 50 meters is when it's going to do 13 damage. But basically, because of the 27 damage, rather than, you know, only being able to 4-shot within 12.5 meters, you'll actually be able to 4-shot, you know, up to upwards of 20, even, you know, 25, 30 meters. So, very reliable 4-shot gun, 4-shot kill gun here. With a rate of fire of 850, so 4-shot kill, 850 rounds per minute, not bad at all. Extremely reliable PDW. Like I said, it's arguably my favorite one in comparison to the UMPs. We got a decent reload, not incredible, but not too slow either. The short reload of this gun is going to take 2.1 seconds, and then the long reload, when the magazine is completely empty, is going to take about 2.7 seconds, so still pretty quick. The long reload you're going to have more often just because it has a fairly small magazine size of 25 plus 1 in the chamber, but still 2.7 isn't too long, as long as you don't, you know, kind of traverse into the 3-second range. I think it's a pretty good reload. And then as far as recoil goes, we have a 2.1 times first shot multiplier, which is actually pretty high for PDWs. You usually don't see that. And then we have a vertical pull of 0.36, not too bad, and then a pull to the left and to the right of 0.3. So it's going to jump pretty much left and right a tad less than it jumps up, but it's still pretty much the same. As far as attachments, I typically like to use the iron sights or a 1x. Definitely wouldn't go any more than a 1x here. I use the Cobra more than anything else, but you feel free to try iron sights or Coyote, or even the basic red dot. For the barrel, either nothing or laser sight is really the best option to go here. Laser sights I typically don't use, but I will use them on PDWs specifically because the hipfire of PDWs is so good, this one included. And then for the grip, you typically want to go vertical or ergo grip to help you while you're on the move, just because, you know, hip firing, walk around a corner, pre-fire, be a douche, and that helps out really well. You may also want to try the angle grip specifically because of that 2.1 times multiplier. Like I said, that's usually not on PDWs, but for some reason that is on here. Regardless, I think the MPX is balanced pretty well. Like I said, probably my favorite. I've used it a good amount, probably 500 or 600 kills now, and like I said, I have a really hard time debating if it's better than the UMP 45 or not. I think it's personally more of a fun weapon to use, but I still think the UMP might be my favorite of the PDWs. But yeah, guys, that is my review of the MPX. Fantastic and reliable PDW, great to use, and yeah, it's a great way to stay in shape. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and real quick before I forget, I didn't even mention this, as far as like muzzle brake or compensator or anything is concerned, it's really up to you guys. I occasionally use a muzzle brake. I typically just don't run with anything on that. The recoil is pretty manageable. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. More videos on the way, and until next time, stay flossy out there.